Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in for another video. Do you have a golf simulator or you're thinking about getting one and you're not sure which projector to get with it? Well, I recently just added a projector to my setup and there's a lot of information out there about which to pick, brightness, throw ratio, all of that. So I'm gonna go over that in this video, so make sure to stick around. All right, so let's go over the different types of projectors really quickly. Again, there's a lot of information out there about them. Basically, there's a short throw projector, which is what I have, which works great for golf simulators, and this puts a throw ratio between 0.4 and 1.0, and that's pretty much perfect for a golf sim because you don't have to mount it too far away, and you don't want to mount it far away because then you'll get shadows on the screen, which is something you don't want. You can get away with a standard throw, so that's anything with a throw ratio above 1, and if you have a big enough space and you don't care about brightness, you can definitely save some money and get away with one of those. I went with short throw just to give me a lot of different options, and it was just pretty much only a little bit more to get the short throw projector. The next aspect is aspect ratio. So my screen, you'll see in my videos, is 4:3. Not ideal, but it is what it is. I don't have enough space, but what you really want to go with is a 16:9 aspect ratio. And that's like, most, YouTube 16:9, most TVs are 16:9. And 16:9 works best with, most simulator software. However, I went with 4:3 and I find so far that it works fine just due to my space. That's what I had to go with. So glossing over this quickly, there's a ton of information out there. I will leave some links in the description about aspect ratio and, for golf simulators, and you can definitely check that out. All right, so this is where you want to go to calculate the throw distance for your projector that you're thinking about buying or the one that you've already bought. So it's projectorcentral.com. Here's the link right here. I'll put it in the description. So what you're going to do is you're going to put in your projectors. So I'm going to put in the one I have, which is the Optima. It's the GT 1080 HDRX. And then here it's going to give you all of your details about the projector. Here's the throw ratio. So it's a short throw, 0.49. So I'm going to put in my screen size. So it's a 4:3 aspect ratio, and I'll get into that in a minute. And you're going to come over, and I know that it's 10 feet wide. So what this is going to tell me is that I have to mount this projector 6 feet 7 inches back to fill that space. And I'm going to ceiling mount it too. So I actually did do this, you'll see in the video, but I ended up moving it back further to about 10 feet. So say if I were to go and do that. So you'll see as I move it back further, you can obviously have a bigger image, but you do lose brightness. So the closer you get to the screen, the brighter, the better it is for brightness. But I moved it back, and I'll talk about that later. But this is a great tool. And I highly recommend it. It's completely free. You can put in any projector to see if it's going to work for you. You can also search by throw distance and screen size, and it will tell you. So let's just do that. Let's do, we'll do throw distance 10 feet, and we will do, let's see, width, image size, is that 120 inches? And it's going to tell you all the projectors. This is just something I made up, but it's going to tell you all the projectors that will work for that distance. So it's a great tool, completely free. So definitely check that out. So the next thing is resolution. So you can go with a 4K or a 1080p or even 720p projector. Now for me, I think 1080p was the best. I think mainly because down the line, I want to upgrade to GS Pro and a laptop. Right now, iPad can only AirPlay at 720p, so that's what the resolution I'm seeing when I cast from my iPad to the screen. But my projector can handle up to 1080p native resolution, so when I upgrade to a laptop at GS Pro, I think it'll be a great fit. It'll still be a 4:3 aspect ratio, so not ideal, but it will still work really, really good. I would say, don't get a 4K projector. You can get one if you want, if you're going to use it for home theater or whatever, but most impact screens can't even handle 4K. It's not going to make a difference, and you're going to pay a ton of money for a 4K projector. So I would go with 1080p if you can, and you're going to save a little money there. Now, the most important thing I think is brightness. And it's based on lumens. So my projector, I think, is 3,500 or 3,800 lumens. So and I think that's like perfect. You want, based on everything I read, You don't want to get a projector with low lumens because then you're going to have to pretty much be golfing in the dark and it's just not ideal. So you want something that has at least 3,000 lumens and you're going to pay for that, but it's definitely worth it. That's where I'd recommend you put your money so you have the best image clarity and you don't have to worry about, you know, any brightness. You know, I'm playing in the garage, so I don't really have much windows in there, but if you're playing in like a room with a lot of windows, you definitely want a brighter projector. That's definitely the way to go. And the last thing I'll say is stick with name brands. So don't, you know, if you go on Amazon, there's a ton of these random Chinese knockoff brands. You don't want any of those. You really want to get something, you know, a name brand. So I have Optima, that's one of the best out there. BenQ, that's another great brand. I don't have that one. Epson, ViewSonic, Panasonic, those are all names that we've heard of. Stick with a name brand. I've found just, you know, browsing the internet, Optima or BenQ are probably the best. So spend the extra money and, you know, just get something that has a name brand. So one way you can save a little bit of money, and this is what I did, I bought an Amazon open box item. So this was listed as very good on Amazon, and everything I've read about it, it's pretty good. It was about $100 cheaper than a new one. So I figured it was worth the risk. I'm a Prime member. I bought it used, and I figured if I had an issue with it, I'll just return it. You know, when I got it, it came in great condition, still had the plastic on it. So someone probably bought it and returned it and didn't use it. So I saved $100 and totally worth it. So let's get into the next bit of the video where you'll see me actually setting up everything, and I'm super excited to show you guys this. Okay everyone, so today is the day. The projector for my golf simulator, here it is, finally showed up. I ordered a Optima 1080 HDR. Behind my hat, it is cold in my garage, it's about 50 degrees in here, so I'm just having the hat keep warm. So what I'm going to do is just walk you through how I'm going to set this up. I think what I'm going to do first is set it up on the ground and try to get a good general area of where to position it based upon my setup, and then I'll go ahead and mount it to the ceiling. So I'm pretty excited for this. So alright, so first issue noted, if you can't tell, my garage is way too bright for this projector, but I also have a really bright lights. So if I turn off these lights over here, it's actually not bad, you can see it pretty good. So I'm gonna have to mess with the lights a little bit, but right now, we'll take you over here. Right now I think I have a pretty good setup for where I want it to go, probably about here, because this is where I hit. So I want it to be, I don't want to have a chance of the ball hitting it. So I'm gonna mess around with it and I'll probably mount it somewhere up here. So we'll see, I have power right there. So I got a pretty good spot. I just need to figure out a good spot to mount it. So obviously right now it's not mounted correctly. So far, I'm loving the projector. So let's get into it. Okay, so before I start mounting this, I have two different mounts. This one's short. It doesn't extend down at all. I think this is the one I'm gonna have to use, just based on how low my ceilings are. This I think extends it down 6 inches. Whereas this mount, I bought it just in case, extends it down I think up to 2 feet. So I just bought it just in case I needed it. I'll link both of these in the description, but they're both linked, both highly reviewed on Amazon. So we're gonna go with this one first. All right, as you can see behind me, the simulator is up. And you notice the lighting is a little different. I got some things I gotta work on. My lighting up here, I'm gonna actually hook it up to a smart plug, and this way I can turn it off when I don't need it. Because I noticed when the lights are on, it gets washed out a little bit, but with the lights over there on, it seems to be okay. So I'll show you real quick if I turn those lights off, what it looks like. Yeah, so I don't know if you're gonna be able to see me, but it does look a little bit better with those lights off. But honestly, with the lights on, it doesn't look much worse. And I'm pretty happy with that. As long as these lights are off, it looks okay. So let me just take you through my setup of what I did. So, you know, here's my normal setup with the mat and the enclosure. And then you'll see up here, here's the projector mounted up. So according to I don't want to get that in the screen. All right, so according to projectorcentral.com, I'm going to link this tool. It's an amazing tool. It tells you how far to place the projector to get the best result. So this is about 7 feet back, and I think I could go back even further, but I did some testing, and there's the mount. I went with the short mount, by the way. Here it is, up there, mounted pretty nicely. I have it flipped upside down, so there you we go. Okay, so what I ended up doing is I figured out when I swing here with the club that I'm pretty much never gonna hit that. Well, I'm actually never gonna hit that. So I took my driver, here it is right here. If I do a full swing, you know, my driver's going this way, so I'm not gonna come anywhere close to that projector. The only thing that could worry me is if I do pop up a ball, but you know, I think I should be okay doing that. All the balls usually come into here in the projector in the enclosure. So yeah, you know, I'm extremely happy with this. The one downfall with the Garmin and doing it this way is I'm airplaying this, and let me just show you. So, you know, here's the iPad. I'm actually doing AirPlay up to a Roku I got on the projector. So there it is right there. And when you do that, you can't actually screen mirror. So if I come over here, I'm sorry, you can't screen record. So if I press screen record, you get this error message saying, you know, not available when in AirPlay. So that's something that's kind of annoying because that's how I would make a lot of the videos. So I think it should be okay though. If I place the camera back here, you can still see on screen pretty clearly of, you know, what's happening with the ball. So let's switch over to so this is what the E6 looks like. Let's switch over to Garmin, show you what that looks like. So yeah, there it is. You know, there's everything that we could do. And if we go, let's just go into the driving range. We'll just start one. The nice thing is you could leave it like that if you want. However, the cool thing is, it's a little pain if I can get this thing to flip. There we go. So you can actually flip it. And look at that. So you get the whole view there in the Garmin software. So I'm pretty happy with that. You know, so I'll go over, you know, how I came to this decision for this projector and everything else. And also, this enclosure is a 4x3 screen. So that's just for reference. All right, something I want to know, this is the next day. So you'll notice I did actually move my projector. So it used to be right there, and I actually moved it back. And I don't know if someone who knows more about projectors, for some reason I had to point this up to make the image work correctly. But I moved it back because this is about where I'm standing when I hit. I have everything packed away right now. This is about where I'm standing when I'm hitting. So before, when I had it up here, it did fit a little better, but I was worried that if me or somebody came over and they skied a driver, it would hit the ceiling right there. So I did end up moving it back. It's about 12 feet back. No, I guess it's like 10. But yeah, I'm much happier with this. I have no worry that I'm gonna hit it. I just played a couple rounds. So just a little update, something I did notice, I did have to move it back. So yeah, there you go. All right, get the hat on. It's a little chilly in here. It's about 50 degrees. So anyway, hope you guys are liking this new camera angle. I can't screen record anymore because I have the projector and I'm airplaying to it from the iPad. So shout out to Apple for that. Okay, hole number 5 is a par 4, 238 yards. Oh, short par 4, okay. Yeah, I'm gonna go for it. I'm gonna try and drive it right out there. It's probably not the right shot, but I'm gonna do it anyway. Yeah, so I definitely sliced that a bit. Sliced it right into the bunker. That's okay. I'm getting a little loosened up now. 68 yards. I'm gonna go with my 52 on this one. I don't know if that's gonna be enough. That's all right, we got out. Ooh, ball's coming back at me. Get up there, get up. Yeah! That was a perfect shot. Hear the sound of applause for that one. I think that's gonna give me a par. All right, we needed that. See, we got in that bunker. Whew, what a hole. So we got in that, hit an okay drive, sliced it, went in a bunker, got out of the bunker, hit it close for a par. Happy with that. All right, well, that's it. Hope you guys like that. Hit that follow button, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, leave a positive comment. Let me know what you guys think, what other videos you want to see, and we'll see you guys next time.